Onward Storybook. Long ago, the world was full of wonder. Unicorns soared through the sky, merfolk frolicked in the oceans, and centaurs raced through the forests. Everyone used magic to make their lives easier. But in time, technology took over. Magic slowly faded away. Now in the town of New Mushroom Ton, life was ordinary. A teenage elf named Ian Lightfoot lived there with his mom, Laurel, his older brother, Barley, and their pet dragon, Blazy. On Ian's 16th birthday, Laurel gave him a special gift that changed everything. Ian's father, who had passed away before Ian was born, had left it for him. It was a wizard's staff, a phoenix gem, and a spell that could bring his father back to life for one day. Ian had always wanted to meet his dad more than anything, and now he would have the chance. Barley thought he was an expert at magic. He tried to conjure their father over and over again, but nothing worked. When Ian tried, the boy's father slowly began to appear. The brothers couldn't believe it. Ian, not Barley, had the gift of magic. Then something went wrong. The phoenix gem exploded before Ian finished the spell. All that appeared of their father was his legs. The brothers had to act fast. Their dad would disappear forever at sunset the next day. They jumped into Barley's van, Guinevere, to set off on a quest to find another phoenix gem. They arrived at the Manticore's tavern. Barley believed that the legendary Manticore, known for her life of danger and risk, could give them a map to another gem. With their dad in disguise, the group entered the tavern and saw that it was no longer a place of adventure and danger. It was a fun family restaurant. The boys found the Manticore and asked for the map to the Phoenix Gem. She refused, telling them that the journey was far too risky. She offered them a children's menu instead, since it was based on her map. Ian pointed out to the Manticore that she wasn't the daring creature she used to be. The Manticore realized the truth in his words. Enraged, she began to destroy parts of the tavern, and her map was destroyed, too. As the building crumbled around them, Ian used magic to save their dad from a falling beam. Without a map, Ian and Barley decided to follow the children's menu and go to a place called Raven's Point. On the way there, Guinevere ran out of gas. Ian tried to use magic to make the gas can bigger, but he shrank Barley instead. At a nearby gas station, the boys accidentally angered a motorcycle club of sprites called the Pixie Dusters. The sprites chased them. The trio ran to the van. Ian was afraid to drive, but with Barley's help, he weaved and swerved all over the highway, leaving the Pixie Dusters behind. Then the police pulled the van over. The brothers tricked them by using magic to disguise themselves as their mom's boyfriend, Officer Colt Bronco. After the boys got away, they began to argue. Ian was worried about wasting time, and Barley wanted Ian to listen to his ideas. All of a sudden, their dad started dancing and got the boys to join in. Ian finally agreed to do things Barley's way, so they left the highway and drove down an ancient road called the Path of Peril. It led to a cliff overlooking a bottomless pit. The only way to get across the pit was with magic. With Barley's encouragement, Ian made it to the other side. He lowered a bridge for everyone to cross. Suddenly, the police, including the real officer Colt Bronco, were on their tail. Barley had to sacrifice Guinevere to buy some time to get away. He placed a rock on the van's gas pedal and watched as she crashed into some rocks, blocking the road. They continued on foot and realized they needed to follow the path the ravens were pointing out. They found one statue, which pointed them to another statue, which finally led them to a river flowing into a dark cave. With magic, Ian created a cheese puff boat so they could speed along the river. Barley said he regretted not saying goodbye to their dad before he died. That was when he'd decided never to be scared again. At the end of the tunnel, the trio came to a set of stairs and an ancient archway. They ran to safety, dodging some dangerous traps. They finally reached the end of their quest, only to find themselves right back in New Mushroom Ton. Ian was angry that he had trusted Barley. He stormed off with their dad. They were almost out of time. Alone with his thoughts, Ian realized that everything he wanted to do with his dad, he'd already done with Barley. His older brother had always been there for him. Meanwhile, Barley had found the Phoenix gem, but he had also awakened a curse. Ian returned and saw his high school transform into a dragon. Just then, the manticore and Laurel swooped in. They had teamed up to help the boys. While they fought the dragon, Ian tried to bring back the rest of his dad. But before long, the dragon charged at Ian and Barley. Ian wanted to give Barley his last chance to say goodbye to their dad. Using magic, he sent the manticore's sword, the Curse Crusher, deep into the monster's core, defeating it once and for all. Rocks and rubble fell all around Ian. He watched from afar as Barley and their dad, now in full form, talked and laughed together. The two shared a final embrace before their father disappeared into thin air. When the brothers reunited, Barley told Ian that their dad was very proud of them. And he had asked Barley to give Ian a big, loving hug. Ian smiled. Even though he hadn't met his dad, the quest had brought him closer to Barley. He knew he could always depend on his big brother.